Yeah. Oh, well, this is easy. This is easy. They're by far head and shoulders above the rest. There's a moment that I will, as magical, mystical, that I will forever, ever be grateful for. And it happened 30 days after my father passed away. And the 30 days before prior, I'm under the full moon and I'm just, he'd been sick for a long time. And I just set up to the sky, when he's ready, I want him to go peacefully. And I got the call the next morning that he passed. And of course, you go through the whole month of like the grieving. And if you haven't lost a parent, like, and if you have, it is, nothing quite prepares you for that. And, my dad and I grew up very religiously, and he was always trying to convince me of something greater and always trying to convince me to expand my spiritual side my whole life, right up into his death. And I just stubborn. And so the month after he'd passed, I'm back under the full moon, just at a simple sound healing ceremony. And I look up. This is like, oh, give me every time. I look up to the heavens and I'm just like in the most grief I've ever felt in my whole life. And I'm like, Dad, I'm like, if you're out there, I'm like, show me. And, I get into the breath. I'm just lying down. I'm just trying to like get grounded and just breathing, feeling the music, being in the moment. And I'm sitting there, lying there, and all of a sudden I feel a hand brush across my forehead. And I'm about to open my eyes and ask, why in the world is the sound healing person touching me right now? Like I'm about to pop them open, and I'm just like, and there's no mistaking those hands. There's no mistaking those fingers. And in an instant, I'm out of my body. I'm in darkness, but it's everything. And there is no time, there is no space, there is no before, there is no after, but everything just is. And I am a cluster of golden light. And in front of me is another cluster of golden light. And the best way to put it is that it's dancing. And I know that it's my dad. And we speak to each other without words, but yet instantly in our minds. And I'm like, Dad, is this what we are? And he replies right into my mind. He's like, yes. He's like, aren't we so beautiful? And I'm like, he's like, I'm so happy. He's like, I'm home. And I have a million questions that I want to ask in this moment, but there's one that just bubbles up that I can't put down. And I'm just like, Dad, can I stay? I'm like, I just want to stay. And in that moment, I'm dropped right back into my body. I can feel myself come into it. I feel the weight of it. I, it's so dense. It's like where I just came from is so light and so beautiful. And so I feel myself come into it. And I, of course, I'm sobbing. My heart could explode. I'm trying to process what just happened. I look around and I'm sobbing, and people are looking at me, but like it's like through a veil, it's through a glass, and I can see them, but it's like a bomb has gone off, so I can't quite hear, but I'm just sobbing from like pure joy, pure bliss. And eventually like the hearing comes back, and I'm just like, okay, oh my, I'm just, what, he can't, like, he came, I can't believe. I can't believe he came and took me. The best way to put it is just a veil over from where we are. He's right there. And we're right here, but he's just right there. And as we're sharing, I'm going around the circle and I'm just sobbing. And I'm like, this is what happened. And the people next to me, the one next to me said that she saw a little bit of white light around me when I was laying there. And the next guy shared that when he was laying down, he kept hearing this voice go, Dad, Dad, I'm Dad. And he didn't understand like what was happening until I shared. And he's just looking, he's like, yeah. He wanted to make sure it was very clear that everybody knew that he was there. And so, of course, from that moment on, my life was forever changed, forever changed. And yeah, it's the most magical, mystical, life-changing moment I will like. I still can't like it. It's it was beautiful.
Yeah, I'm listening to you and I can't even imagine. My father is in the process of dying right now. So I suspect that he'll be passing away within probably 3 months.
Oh,
So it'll be the first parent that I'm going to lose. So your story really resonates with me. And it's so interesting, right? Because you and I had a prior conversation and a prior interview. What did we think 4 months ago?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah. And then now, here we are 4 months later. And 4 months ago, my father wasn't at that threshold, but now he is. And so it's interesting to be re-meeting with you and having another conversation about this really powerful experience you had with your father, because
Yeah.
it's so topical for me right now and what's going on in my life. And also gives me a lot of, you have no idea, comfort. And it's a balm for my soul. So thank you. Um,
Oh,
I
that makes me
think
so happy.
Oh, well, I'm curious. You and your father must have been very close. Were you best friends?
I mean, I was like, I was like, I was or I am like daddy's girl through and through. Like, I was always the sidekick. We were always like off shooting hoops or swimming or telling stories. Like, yeah, we had an incredible bond. And yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's so many, like parents of that generation, like we bonded in so many ways, but like we didn't always connect like in the deepest way, like that I always feel deeply seen and heard emotionally. But like there was this unspoken, just deep, profound love between us. And even after he passed, I go back and all these photos where I'm like leaning on dad and I've got dad and like he's like boosting me. Like there's just so many moments. And I almost didn't realize how close we were until he passed. And even after that, now I still feel him. I have, there's been moments where there's been very clear direction. I feel closer to that infinite, wisdom that is in all of us. And at night, he'll come, and it's just in the form of like this gold light that is in the peripheral, and he'll just come quickly, and then it's gone. But I know he's there, and so I know the pain that you're going through, but it's so hard. But like they're leaving us here in this existence, but the suffering ends and they're so happy and they're so complete and the same will happen for us, and so it's hard to lose him in this experience, but he is more alive and I feel closer to him now than I think I ever did when he was here.
Wow. Do you kind of consider him? I mean, it's almost like he's become this guardian angel for you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because through that, there was a lot of ways I tried to get, access to that energy again. I did psychedelics, I did a lot of different things that like I wanted to get back to that feeling and try to get there again. But there's been a really good channel or medium that I've connected with that's helped me once or twice, and dad came through like immediately and she's like, whoa, the connection between you two. And I was very skeptical at first. I didn't, give information, but there was phrases and things that he brought up and said that only he would have said that no one would know. And so he's he's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm watching over you. I'm always with you. He's like, this in life, like you're okay to do that. And this, don't do that. So he's guiding me more now than he ever has. And so it's like just a beautiful, magical connection. And that all without that moment, I don't, I can't even, I can't fathom, I just can't fathom life in this moment in time. So
Yeah, I'm sitting here listening to you and thinking, what a huge gift, right? Because certainly many people the world over, millions, if not billions, have had a parent pass away and not had an experience like yours. And
yeah,
I think it's a testament to the connection you two had. It was so powerful. The love was so fierce that he was like, absolutely not, I am not going whatever into the light or whatever. He's in the light, but he also, he's like, I'm gonna be here for her. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna help her. You have this amazing ally on your side. And
yeah.
it's just born out of pure love, which I find astonishing.
It's the purest love. And I don't know, I don't have experience with this. I don't know if I hadn't called out to him in the way that I did, if it would have happened. Like, I don't know because there's certain windows after people pass where you have a little bit stronger connection between this realm and the next. And it was 30 days after, it was under the same full moon. But I mean, I it was one of those asks where it was like it was a drop into that heart center and it was with my entire being. I was like, it was soul to soul. It was a telegram across the universe. And I asked with every ounce of that energy that I had. I just begged. I'm like, if you're there, show me. And it wasn't like, I'm just in the shower thinking of me. Like it was just it was a bat say, a bat signal. I'm like, are you there?
I love that. I'm like, this is what we've been doing wrong. Nobody's been using the bat signal.
You gotta use the intergalactic bat signal out to the universe. You gotta say, woo, you gotta put it out. You gotta ask. You gotta say, I need you.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. That's like the perfect ending for the podcast, frankly. Um, just talking to you and hearing this story, I heard a little bit of it before, but this fully fleshed out story, it's so interesting because I've had several people come up to me, their parents are passing away too. And,
Mm,
nobody really knows what to do with this thing called death. I mean, it's really confounding for a lot of people. It's very, well, it's scary. Nobody wants to
yeah.
admit it's going to happen to them. It's the unknown country. It's very mysterious. We can't get out of it. None of us are getting out of it. But
No.
stories like these, I think, can be such powerful reminders that, hey, what you see out your window here, what you see in your daily life, that's not the end of the story. That's not the end of the story of this reality or this universe. And we need stories like yours and your father's and the love, him showing up for you and still being present because it reminds, well, it doesn't remind. Some people have no idea how to tackle death, but your story suggests another way of viewing that threshold and that change and that transition, and that all is not lost. And those who go before us are still here. If they want to be, they can still be our
Right.
fiercest allies, our staunchest advocates. Um, you
Yeah.
know, watch over us, whatever. Your story is incredible because it's going to give a lot of people a lot of hope.
Well, I mean, that makes my heart so happy. And that's why I wrote about it and shared it is just to give people hope in that way. And, one thing that happened afterwards is, like he didn't come to my mom in that way. And he didn't come to my brother in that way. And there was, I shared and there was just like, they were of course excited and happy, but like that hurt. And, I don't know, I don't know why he was able to come to me in that way besides it was just a soul agreement between us. And so if your loved one, when that loved one passes, if they don't come to you in that way, there is not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that they're with you always. They're with you in the car. They're with you when you are, out and about. They're protecting you. They're with you. Their energy's with you. And I know this. And so just because the veil or the realm between this thicker density that we're in and where they are doesn't mean that they're not with you. It's just we literally can't see or have access to them. And that's by design. And so, but they go on in the most beautiful way, and we will go on in the most beautiful way. And this is just this lovely Earth School dream that we're all a part of, where we learn and grow and journey and explore and create and experience because we signed up to do so.
I love that. I feel like we should all, every single person living on Earth, should have a T-shirt that says, "I'm in the dream. Are you?" Because you
Yes.
know, I think, well, I don't know. I have met some people that don't think this way. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I
like, you
I
know.
didn't. I didn't think this way. I didn't think this way a couple give me, 4 or 5 years ago. Before this happened, I did not. This was not my belief. Um,
Oh my God, this must have shell shocked you.
well, yeah, that's why. I mean, that's why it's gonna get messy because it got so messy after this. You think it would get better? Oh no. No, 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 no. Like the way what that showed me coming back into this existence, I was mad. I was the pain of it, the it's like going from piloting an intergalactic, light traveling spaceship into the first bicycle without its shocks, with no seat. It was I'm like I just got severely downgraded, and I'm it was from first class to cargo. It was so life just got very hard. And so it took a lot of mess and reflection and breath and psychedelics and meditation and studying and sharing and all the things to get to a real place of gratitude for why we are here and the point of it all. Um, because that existence is waiting for you. But I can tell you the sip of coffee in the morning and the sun on your face when it rises and all of this that we get to experience through this lovely avatar is that's part of the beauty of the pain that goes with it, the duality. And so I'm grateful for all of that now.